Hi you guys, this is Victoria with victoriavegan.blogspot.com, and today I am so excited to be doing this video on an introduction to iridology. I've been wanting to do this video for a really long time, so I'm really glad that I'm doing it today. So I want to preface this video by saying that I am not a professional iridologist, nor am I claiming to be. I'm just someone that has studied this for many months, and I am completely and utterly fascinated by it. So what is iridology? It is the study of the iris of the eye, or the colored part. And each part of the eye coincides with a different part or gland or organ of the body. So it's really useful for people that are trying to detoxify their body, because it can allow you to skip the middleman and pinpoint exactly where your strengths and weaknesses are in your body. So for example, if you take a really up-close picture of your eye, you can look at it and see, wow, I have really bad adrenal weakness, or wow, my lungs are really suffering. I want to spread the word about iridology because it's so important in this day and age, because it's not invasive, it doesn't hurt you, and it can really give you a window into your body and tell you what's going on. So what's not to love? So right now I'm going to show you a chart that I actually own, and I even have it hung up in my room. That's how much I love it. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the beginning things that you can learn about iridology, and it's going to be really fun, so let's go. Okay, so this is my chart, and I just have it set down on a table right now, and I'm really sorry if the camera's a little bit shaky, but that's just how it's going to have to be for right now. But I really wanted to show you this in particular. This is the right eye, and this is the left eye. Now these are the charts, okay? So I'm going to zoom you in on the right eye, and I know that all of this is too small for you to see probably, but for example, this is the thyroid, the liver, the urinary bladder, the kidney, the testes and the ovaries, etc., etc. So when you're looking at your eye, your right eye, and you look over here at 3 o'clock, and you see this is the thyroid, okay? So if you see that you have a big dark spot, or it's called a lacuna, is indicative of a thyroid weakness, and that is really prevalent in this day and age right now. There's a lot of thyroid weakness. Now the other thing that you will most likely see in your eye is a kidney and adrenal weakness. They are just, they're like wildfire in the society. They're just everywhere. Like I always say, probably 99% of the population has adrenal and kidney weakness. So if you're looking at a little to the right of 6 o'clock on your right eye, and you see a dark spot, and on top of that another dark spot, that is kidney and adrenal weakness. And it makes sense because in the body, the adrenals sit right on top of the kidneys. So it's the same thing in this iridology chart. The adrenals are right on top of the kidneys. Now another big one I see a lot of people have trouble with is, now the two rings around the pupil are the colon. Now we have the transverse colon, the small intestine, here's small intestine again, the cecum, the ascending colon, and then this big ring is the stomach and the pylorus. So when you are looking at someone and they have a brown ring around their pupil, that just means that they have a dirty colon. They have colon weakness. Now, all of these weaknesses in the body can be genetic weaknesses that were passed down from your family, okay? But it can also be from your lifestyle choices. So if you have a messed up colon, it can be that your mom had a weak colon, but then you ate horrible your whole life and had horrible lifestyle choices, and it just really, your weaknesses went straight there, okay? So another example is if your father had liver cancer, well, you might have genetic weaknesses to your liver, but then you drank your whole life. So that just added it on top of it, and then now you have liver cancer. Do you see what I mean? So that's why I love iridology, because you can just see right where you have problems in your body, okay? So right now I'm going to move you over to this picture of a blue eye, and I want to pinpoint two things in this photo. One is you can clearly see all of this white in the eye. Well, these are the fibers of the eye, and they are full of this white mucousy lymphatic stagnation. So I would guess that this person had a lot of dairy in their life, and they're really paying the price for it. All of this stuff is just lymph that needs to be cleaned out of the body. So if we look right here, this part of the eye, I'm not sure if this is the right or left eye, but it doesn't matter because it's the same in both eyes. This top part right here is the brain. So we know that they have a lot of lymphatic stagnation in their brain, and they need to clean that out before they have some serious problems. Now, the second thing I want to point out is these little white dots around the edge of the eye, all around. Those are the lymph nodes in the body, and when you have them all clogged up with white all around your eye, in iridology, that's called a lymphatic rosary, okay? It just means that all of your lymph nodes in your body are clogged up, and they need to be cleaned out. So often naturopathic doctors are the ones that are interested in iridology because they are the ones that want to detoxify your body. So I just love iridology because it's really, really helpful, and you can clean out your body, okay? Nothing is impossible, and it's never too late to detoxify. So this was just my chart, and I love it so much. And here we have different eyes. So one of the first things that you need to know when you're starting to learn about iridology is that they say that there's really only blue or brown eyes. And it's very interesting when you first hear that because you're like, what? No, there's not. But because we all know of people that have green eyes like I do, or hazel, or different colored eyes. But the message, in a sense, that iridology is trying to get out is that when you don't have blue or brown eyes, when you have hazel or green, that means that you just have a toxic buildup in your body, and it caused your eye to change color. And when I first heard that, it just about blew my mind because I have green eyes. But I know that I was born with blue eyes, and they started changing color over time and turned green. And I have known many people that had the same thing happen to them. And it's so interesting. And it's wonderful to know about that when you're trying to detoxify your body because, for example, if you have green eyes, but you were born with blue eyes, it gives you a point of reference that you know that if you detoxify your body enough, you will get your blue eyes back. And I am so excited because I think in about 5 years or so time that I will have my blue eyes back. And I know that it all takes time because I've been detoxifying for 2 years, but my eyes are bluer than they've ever been. Sometimes they look really blue and sometimes they look green. So it takes time. But yeah, I wanted to share that little tidbit with you. So if you hear me say that someone has a true blue eye, you know what I mean. Now, I also want to talk about 3 things in iridology: skin rings, cholesterol rings, and nerve rings. I want to start out by talking about skin rings. So right now I'm going to insert a picture of an example of a skin ring. And okay, so as you can see by the picture, a skin ring is just a dark ring around the edge of the eye. And what that means is that the body has a hard time detoxifying through the skin. And it's also indicative of kidney and thyroid weakness. And you might have trouble sweating if you have a skin ring, which is also indicative of thyroid weakness again. If you have a skin ring, saunas might help you, dry skin brushing, and then just getting to the root of the problem, which is detoxifying the whole body, really getting the kidneys to filter so you can start getting some of that junk out, and so the skin doesn't have to take the brunt of it. The second one are nerve rings. So again, I will insert a picture of nerve rings. Now, nerve rings are really indicative of chronic adrenal fatigue. this is a nervous system problem, and you might have them because you're very stressed, or you might not have been very stressed and still have nerve rings. It just means that you really got to strengthen your adrenal glands. And when you strengthen your adrenal glands, you got to strengthen the kidneys because they really go together. And the adrenals sit right on top of the kidneys. Taking herbs can really help strengthen them. I know that Dr. Robert Morse, my favorite naturopathic doctor, has really, really good adrenal glandulars. And you just really got to help your adrenals because they are just they're linked to so many problems in the body. And when you have problems with them, it can just it's like a domino effect. So many things can go wrong in your body. So that was about nerve rings. And the third one are cholesterol rings. So the last picture will be inserted here of an example of cholesterol ring. Now, cholesterol rings are, as you saw, the white hazy ring around the eye. And that means that you are having your arteries harden in your body. It is not good to have a cholesterol ring. You might have a family history of heart problems. And it just means that your arteries are clogging. Your whole body needs cleaned out. I would stop the meat and dairy immediately because nothing hardens your arteries faster than meat. But I'm not even going to get into that right now in this video. But yeah, that is about cholesterol rings, and I really wanted to tell you about the 3 rings in iridology. Now I'm going to show you a couple pictures of eyes, and I'm going to show you about what a strong constitution looks like and a weak constitution. And what I mean by that is someone that with a strong constitution obviously doesn't have that many weaknesses in their body, and they're just strong. They might live a long time, and they just weren't born with so many issues. So here we go. Here's a couple pictures of those. This person has a true blue eye. We can obviously see that they have a strong constitution because the fibers in their eye, or the spokes of the wheel you could say, are extremely straight. There's no real big pockets or spots in their eye indicating weakness, and they do have a few drug deposits right below the pupil, those brown spots, but that's about it. You can see that they really have a strong constitution, which is wonderful. Now, in contrast, this eye is a person that has a weak constitution, unfortunately. The fibers of their eyes are real wavy. There's lots of pockets in their eyes, those big spots or lacunas as they're called. This person, you can see orange in their eye, indicating sulfur deposits from antibiotics or processed food, etc. And so, yeah, unfortunately, they have a weak constitution. Now this next picture, I am going to get into a little bit more in depth of an iridology analysis. So just like the last photo, this person also has a weak constitution because the fibers of their eyes are extremely wavy. There's lots of pockets and lacunas indicating weaknesses all over. And all of the white in the eye signifies lymphatic congestion. It's trapped lymph in the body that just needs to be cleaned out. The large pupils in this eye indicate really weak adrenals and a low autonomic function. Like I said, they just don't have a strong constitution. Now, right around the pupil, we know now that that's the colon and the stomach. So this person has bowel pockets, and they have lymph stagnation in their bowel, which can cause malabsorption of nutrients. This person also has a skin ring, which, like we talked about before, suggests low kidney and thyroid function. And the white around the pupil indicates an over-acid stomach. So that is the end of my introduction to iridology. I really hope that you learned at least 1 or 2 things, and you never know, you might become as fascinated with iridology as I know I am. So thank you so much for watching, and continue to check out my blog for recipes and health information that I am making readily available for you. And I will see you soon. Bye.